Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nibiru channel. It is March 8th, 2017. And the video footage that you're about to see is coming from the stereo craft that records the sun. The video footage is from March 1st through March 6th. As I was analyzing some of this video footage last night with Mr. Chris Potter, we watched a comet come out of nowhere and impact below the sun. Now, in the video footage that you're about to see, it does not impact the sun itself. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. And if you follow my cursor, there is the small comet right here. And it takes approximately 12 hours from the point where this comet appears in the video footage to the point where it impacts something below the sun. Now, when you're looking at this type of video footage, the white circle is the sun. The black circle is a shield which blocks out the rays of the sun, so the video camera on the craft can get a clear, unobstructed view of the sun. And basically they're trying to record coronal discharges. So we're going to go ahead and play this. Actually, to tell you the truth, let's go ahead and take it step by step. Now, you're going to watch this object approach the sun at probably well over 1,000,000 miles per hour. As it starts to approach the sun, you can see that something is already reacting with this comet. Now, something that I want to point out that I've really never seen before on this stereo footage. This very large, round shadow below the sun. And this is very far below the sun because remember, ladies and gentlemen, the white circle is actually the sun. This object, whatever this may be that is casting this shadow, yes, we have our theories that it may possibly be the shadow of a brown dwarf that has been sitting behind the sun for quite some time. But let's keep forwarding this. And as this comet starts to approach, it is already being affected by either a brown dwarf below the sun or actually the sun itself. As it continues, you can see it is well below the sun. And then bingo. You see this total interaction on the camera system that is recording this event. The comet is gone, probably completely destroyed because it does not come out of the backside of the sun. And then, as this interaction on the camera is seen, a massive coronal discharge, and now we have this object illuminated at the base of the sun. Remember, the sun is the white circle. Whatever this is was completely illuminated by the impact of that comet. Remember, there was a black round shadow at the base. We can go back and reverse this, and there it is. There is the line of the comet dissipating as it is approaching the sun. We're going to go back into forward motion, one click, and there it is. There was the impact, and now something is brightly illuminated at the base of the sun. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and reverse this all the way back, and I'm going to play this for you in motion so you can actually see this occurring. Here comes the comet, and it will impact. And watch the reaction of the sun and the camera. And this goes on for hours, this interaction or reaction. So that comet definitely impacted something below the sun. because I've seen these sundiver comets before, and they usually pass either above or on the side or below the sun, and then you can see them come out of the other side. Now, this is the beginning of the footage, starting on March 1st, 2017. And the video footage, I'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit. And around pretty close to midnight on March 3rd, and we're going to go ahead and reverse this a little bit again. So you can see this almost in live time as this comet comes out of nowhere and impacts something below the sun. Now, we were looking at some other footage, same date and time. This is just the stereo ahead H1. And right here, you have the Earth. This other larger, brightly illuminated object is Venus. It's so brightly illuminated, it's just absolutely incredible. At the same exact time that this comet impacts something that is below the sun, you can see the interaction on the stereo ahead H1 footage at the exact same time. You'll see everything, all of this interference, and you could see a very large CME that just literally blows out of the side of the sun due to an impact. But it's my belief that this comet, this sundiver, did not dive into the sun. It dove into an object below the sun. And what do we know that is below the sun? We've been investigating this, and in our theories, we believe that this brown dwarf has been situated behind the sun, probably at this point, approximately maybe 700 million miles from the sun, but below the sun's ecliptic, meaning below the sun's equator. You can clearly see that when this comet impacted below the sun, it caused this massive reaction, which is normal when a comet does impact the sun. But in this case, it impacted below the sun, and it seems to have hit an object below the sun. It did not impact the sun. So let's go ahead and go back to the stereo footage which shows the comet. This is the stereo ahead core 2. And once again, leading into this, March 2nd, March 3rd. And actually, let's go ahead and blow this up a little bit so we can see it a little better. I'm going to just back this up so we can see this interaction. We're going to go ahead and back all the way up. To the point where we can see this comet interact and explode as it impacts. Now we're going in complete reverse from the minute of this impact, and it seemed to occur just around midnight on the time clock here. Now you can see the comet is probably breaking apart at this point because it is getting so close to the sun. Once again, we have this large spherical shadow right below the sun. So we're going to go ahead and just keep on stepping back to the point where we can move it forward. Watch the impact. Now again, the sun is the white circle. not the big black circle. The sun is the white circle. And look at all of the reaction. Look at the reaction to the camera. This was all recorded. And then this luminous object appears below where we were looking at this round spherical shadow, which I've never seen before. I've never seen this round shadow below the sun on this stereo footage. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you could be the judge on this, but you're seeing it with your own eyes that this comet impacts something below the sun and then causes a reaction that seems to last for about 24 hours. Possibly, yeah, I think more than 24 hours. It seems to be that when this comet came in, it immediately started to react to whatever is below the sun. And when the impact occurred, well, you saw the reaction. The reaction was violent, very violent. So once again, we are continuing to investigate and trying to find out the truth. There will be people that will say that what we're visualizing is nothing uncommon. Well, that is correct. Comets impact the sun all the time. But once again, I'm going to repeat myself. The white circle is the sun. There is an luminous spherical object right here. And before this object was impacted by this comet, it was casting this shadow below the sun. I think it was an incredible find, an incredible piece of video footage. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, because in the next few weeks, we are probably going to see more and more photographic evidence on the existence of a brown dwarf star in our solar system, near and behind our sun. And that brown dwarf has a name. Its name is Nemesis. It is the center of a small solar system that is within our solar system. The sign of the times is there. Look around you. Earthquakes, volcanoes, catastrophic flooding, climate change that is just absolutely erratic. This is happening all over the world. It's not that we predicted it. We knew it was coming. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, increase your knowledge, and most definitely, at least, start some type of preparation for any type of an emergency. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. Thank you for watching.